Morning guys, Scott from SA Landscaping, and it is lovely up north today. It is 16 degrees and I'm just out looking at a few jobs that we've got to do for the next few weeks. It has gone absolutely mad the last few weeks. Lots of new inquiries, some that I don't want, but as well as that, I spent all winter pricing up jobs here, there and everywhere, and it's always the same when it comes to the end of the tax year. All the people decide that they've got the money for these jobs, so all the councils have dropped work on us. We've got fencing jobs in, we've got a decking job in, which I'll talk about in a little bit, and we've got a planting job that I've got to magic some plants for next week somehow and get them planted. So it is going to be a busy couple of weeks, and the weekends are going to kick in for the next few weeks till we can get on top of it, because the grass has just started to grow. So we're going to be busy with grass, and we've got this extra influx of work that would have been nice if the work had come, if they'd said in January, February that we could get on with it, which I knew it was coming and I had an idea, but it's just a shame that it all landed in the same week, because there's not going to be, for the next 4 weeks, there's not going to be enough hours in the day. But the decking job I want to talk about, basically there's an area, it's like a little wildlife area, wetland reserve. It's about 900 to 1,000 metres from the nearest road along public rights of way, what we maintain. So basically we've got to take an old boardwalk up that's rotten, which I'll show you in the video, put a new one down, take all the material off site, 900 metres back off site, and everything has to go on site 900 metres, which I've got a little muck truck dumper, which this on the picture here. That's how we're going to get everything across. Obviously the decking will be cut down to size, to the 1.2 metres wide prior to going to the job, so that'll all fit in the muck truck nicely. The smaller stuff, the larger stuff, the 4x2 joists and the posts will have to go and be carried by hand. So the whole job is 130 linear meters, so it's sort of 500-ish roughly meters of 4x2 to get over there at 5 meters of length. So it's like I say, it's about 100 pieces, and then all the decking that'll be cut down prior, and then it'll be chicken meshed afterwards. But this job here, there's a few things. One, because it's a wetland, any timber we use on it has to be FSC certified, which is, you've got to prove that it's from sustainable forests and things. So I've got to get a certificate for that to provide to the parish council, which is fine. But that puts the price up again, because you can get timber that's not from certified forests, which is cheaper, so that puts the price up. No concreting can be done on site because it's a wildlife area, so any posts have to be driven in by hand. So what we're going to be using is 3x3s with a point on, sunk into the ground, roughly probably about a foot and a half, because the decking is only sitting just above the ground, so it's not set up on stilts or anything high. So we'll have to sink each one of those in, and as well as that, we couldn't use composite decking or anything, because that doesn't meet the sort of the nature reserves specification, where everything has to be sort of wood and things like that. The only thing we can use is the nails. Obviously we can get away with using nails on it, galvanized nails, but everything else has to be sort of sourced and from the woodland, for a better word. So it'll be an interesting job, and I'll show you the area now and let you have a look. So that's our narrow access, and spinning round, we've got to walk across fields for roughly around, I believe it was 950 metres. So everything's got to come along these public footpaths. There's no other way of getting to them. Yes, there's a farmer, but this all has to be taken across here. So the only thing we've got is a small walk behind muck truck dumper which will bring everything over, and some of the longer stuff will have to be by hand. So as we approach, just to give you a rough idea, we've got to go down here, down there and along, and that's your 900 meters. And here we are. So this is the first boardwalk. As you can see, it's seen better days, holes in and rotten in places really. Some of the gaps here. There you go. And a few steps and a little bit there to repair. That's the first one. The second one's just patches, so we've got a one here, and then it goes to sort of what would be dry land usually. And another boardwalk. It's just mainly where the water courses sort of come through on a regular basis. And dropping down. This will be just usually public footpath. And this is the worst one. So as you can see, it is shot to bits, for a better word. Grass growing on the sides. It's been repaired there with what looks like a pallet. So you can see that it isn't great. And just stop at this bridge, and this bridge will stay. So that's the task in hand, 2 boardwalks. So that's the job, guys. Worst part of the job is probably getting all the products, all the materials onto site. It's not a bad job as a whole, really. What I've allowed is 6 days for it, and that's for a 4-man team. And what the plan is one man will ship the goods over with the dumper, one man will strip the boardwalks ahead of us and have it piled up, so when one guy's bringing the stuff over, he's not taking an empty load back, so he's actually utilising the empty dumper on the way back. So he takes the stuff back in the dumper, and then what happens after that is 2 of us will put the boardwalk together. So we'll have one man obviously holding the posts and things while the other one hits the posts. Building the frames, the plan is with the sections of 4.8, we'll do it in 4.8 metre sections. So we'll build a frame of 4.8 metre timber, lay it on the floor, put the posts in and level it up, and then that area will be ready for boarding, and we'll probably do 2 or 3 of the 4.8 metre sections. We'll get the frames ready, and then we can post them up in areas, and it'll knock an area out. And if we can do sort of 20 meters a day, I'll be quite happy with that. Anything else is a bonus, but when it's to strip as well, it's obviously it's going to take a little bit of time. There is money in the job, as I've said. There's a lot of money on the materials. Just as a rough idea, a 4.2 4.8 meter joist at the moment is about £12, and we need something like 80 of those. And a 4.8 meter deck board is about £9 at the moment, and we need 220 of those. Like I said, the 4.8 will be cut down by the sawmill into 1.2s, ready for the ready for the job, so there'll be no cutting on site really, apart from the 4x2s to suit, and obviously cutting when we're taking the old timber out. So it's not a bad job in all. Could have done with it landing a few weeks ago, a few months ago, but it's come at this time. It is to do. We'll try and knock it out within the 6 days. We'll probably do one boardwalk one week and one the next, so that we're still getting on with other work, and I'll get you some footage as it goes. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you on the next one.